Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lori and I'm the face behind Entre Tejidos Crochet. Today's video will most likely be a vlog of prepping, if you will, for donating plushies to the Cuddles of Courage plushie drive. I am trying to be organized with this video, so most of the snippets will be controlled, if you will. So the first order of business is to just talk about what is Cuddles of Courage, what are we planning on doing, go from there, have it a little bit more structured. Now, Cuddles of Courage is a group of crocheters that are going to make plushies to pair with books, children's books that have been donated by other people. The reason that they're pairing the book with the plushie is to go to children who are suffering through cancer or their siblings, because whenever someone is sick, it's for the whole family is affected. So now Cuddles of Courage, the group, has paired up with the association or group or foundation called Negu. It's the Never Ever Give Up Foundation, and they do this sorts of plushie drives where they gift a book with a plushie, or they give joy jars, which are like, think pickle jars, something like this that's stuffed full of goodies, be it crayons, Play-Doh, plushies, anything to fill up the entire jar. Now, I was added into this group coming off of the Stitch of Kindness plushie drive, which was focused towards the victims of the floods in Texas, for which I was able to send 3 stuffed bags of plushies. This time around, it's a bit more, I don't want to say like controlled, but it's more focused. It's not just any plushie that you might have on hand, but that the plushie pairs with the book. We have, at the time that I'm starting to film this video, we have about 53 donated books on a list. That's not counting the crocheters that are making their own cuddle kits. So they're buying a book, matching a plushie to it, and then they're sending it over to Cuddles for Courage. I kept on signing up and signing up and signing up, and I have ended up with 15 books. Well, not books, plushies that I need to make for the books. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do before I start thinking about and start making these patterns is, first, as I'm filming this first part, I have a whole month to finish these plushies and send them off. However, I need to send them off at least a week before September 3rd so that they'll get there in time. So, what books did I sign up for? I signed up for Peter Pan, Mother Goose, Scamp, Ugly Duckling, 2 Bambi books, Frog and Toad, A Little Chicken, Cows Can't Blow Bubbles, Hiccupotamus, Go Wild with Elephants, Cuddle Up Cows, Astronaut, There's a Dragon in Your Book, I'm a Unicorn, and A Silly Chicken or The Interrupting Chicken, something along those lines. I do know I have some of these plushies already in my inventory, and then we can assess and see how many plushies I actually have to make. So no, I might not need to make all 15 of those in like over the course of the month. However, brainstorming a little bit about it, for Peter Pan, I might just finish designing the Peter Pan doll that I started. For Mother Goose, I have seen this, like, I think it's also a free pattern where it's like a floppy goose that's kind of like sleeping and floppy, it'll be perfect. For the scamp one, I plan on making a dog. I think I have a mallard duck in my inventory that I can donate for the ugly duckling. For Bambi, I do plan on making BK Crochet's little fawn pattern. For the toad, frog and toad, I do have a frog in my inventory. For both chicken books that I signed up for, I do have chickens in my inventory. And then for the cow books, I think I have 2 cows in my inventory. If not, I do know that I have 1. So I can just work up another one, a different one, and send it off. I do need to work up a hippo and an elephant, as well as an astronaut and the dragon and unicorn. For the unicorn, I think I'm gonna work up Palin Pony by BK Crochet and just like freehand a little horn up here. For the dragon, I don't know which pattern I wanna make. I'm already working on the astronaut. The pattern that I'm using is Apollo, Baby Apollo by Oddball Crochet. Then the second order of business will be to pull out all of my inventory boxes. Now, I do have a list of my inventory, but I kind of noticed that I need to update that inventory because I was reading over it and I was like, I don't have that plushie anymore. Why is it still there? Thankfully, I looked on my Etsy shop and it's not there. So it's not like it's not that I gifted it and it's still for sale. So like miniature crisis averted. So I'm gonna sift through my inventory and I will check back in later. I really need an intervention because I can't seem to stop myself from donating things. In the previous update, I had mentioned that I had 15 books that I had signed up for, or 19, I don't know. Officially, and I am keeping myself in check for this, is 20 books. I have plushies for 12 of them. So technically, I only need to make 8. I reached out to the organizer and asked if I could send the plushies in batches. She said that, you know, if I wanted to wait to have all the plushies and send them out, or if I wanted to do it in batches, that whichever was more comfortable for me, that would be okay. Because I had originally thought of, you know, sending these 12 out so that then I can send another package with the other 8 plushies. However, I did find a big enough box that will work for all the plushies that I'm going to send, except one of the plushies that I had in mind to donate is really, really big. So I might just send that plushie by itself in another box, or I could either switch it for one that's smaller. So as a recap for the books that I will be making plushies for, I have Peter Pan, Mother Goose, Scamp, The Ugly Duckling. I have 2 books for Bambi, so I signed up for 2 of the Bambis. Fred and Toad Are Friends, The Little Chicken, Cows Can't Blow Bubbles, Hiccupotamus, Go Wild, Elephants, Cuddle Up Cows, There's a Dragon in Your Book, I Want to Be an Astronaut, I'm a Unicorn, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, Reindeers Are Better Than People, Baby Raccoon, All About Dinosaurs, and Frozen. Okay, so going down the list of books and what I plan to donate is for the Scamp book, I'm donating this Puppuccino. The pattern is by Brits Stitched. For the Ugly Duckling, I'm donating this Baby Della Duck in the Mallard mod. For Frog and Toad Are Friends, I'm donating Richie. The pattern is by Dandelion Tonic. For the book A Little Chicken, I am donating 2 little chickens. The pattern is by Callie Crochet. So these two. For the book Cows Can't Blow Bubbles, I am donating this. This is the sitting cow pattern by Knots and Stitches. Don't worry, all of these will be linked down below. This is just so that you can get an idea of which plushie I'm matching to which book. For Cuddle Up Cows, I am donating Cali Cow. This is by Island Time Crochets. There's a dragon in your book. I am donating the Christmas dragon that I pattern tested for Just Yarny. For the book If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, I am donating the May Mouse Snuggler I made about 2 months ago. For Reindeers Are Better Than People, I am donating Ray Reindeer. This one is my own pattern called Ray Reindeer, and I'm donating this one for Reindeers Are Better Than People, and for the Frozen one, I am donating this blue one. So I'm donating, he jingles, I'm donating both. For the baby raccoon, I am donating my Remy raccoon. The pattern is by Hooks and Healers. For the All About Dinosaurs book, this is the dinosaur that I plan on gifting, but it's a really big one. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just switch him for one of the other smaller ones, even though, you know, it's for a good cause. So I don't know. Already on my hook, I have a goose for the Mother Goose book, and I have an astronaut for the I Want to Be an Astronaut book. I also checked, I'm a unicorn, and I am going to use the BK Crochets Palin Pony pattern and make it into a unicorn. And I believe I also have her fawn pattern. So I'm gonna make 2 of those so that I can cover the Bambi book. I got a lot of work to do, but I'm just really excited about this. And my goal, if within the next week or so, I'm able to finish most, if not all of these, if I still have time, I can sign up for more books and then be able to donate more. But we shall see. That's the end of today's update. I will check back in next time. I've been able to finish 3 of the plushies that I signed up for. The problem is that I keep signing up for plushies to donate for books. Yeah, I think they should put a ban, like, don't sign up for any more. And it's not because I don't want to. If I could, I'd sign up for each and every one of these books. I just need to be real with myself and like, hey, if I keep signing up, I might not have enough time to fulfill each of these, and I don't want to fail, if you will. So I don't know how many books I still have to, like, I don't know what the total is. The good thing about it is that I got a new notebook. I am going to write down my notes and hopefully spread it out better, because I just basically wrote like, oh, there's a book about a bear. I did not actually write down the title of the book. And then instead of writing down like, oh, you know, I'm gonna use this pattern by this designer, I would say like hippo pattern. So in order to be a bit more organized, I'm gonna write it down in my notebook. Now I did, and it was, to be honest, I think it was the plushie that had me the most, not scared, but worried about. It was the one that I started to design my very own Peter Pan pattern for it. But I also don't want to publish a pattern just for the sake of getting it out there and that's it. No. So I was glad when the cozy Chameleon Creations chose me to test her, I think it's 10-in-1 prince pattern. Of course, Peter Pan is not a prince. She does have things in her pattern that I could make into my very own Peter Pan. So I did. The hat is free-handed by me, but you know, the hair, the head, everything else is from her pattern, which I highly, highly recommend. She even has, I don't know, but it's like a lot of Disney princesses, well, not Disney princesses, but princesses, in one pattern pack. I'm thinking about leaving him faceless. I don't know. I kind of, for this character, even though I did paint some safety eyes for him, I feel like he would look amazing like that. Yes, his hair is two-toned. It is. I ran out of that specific sort of color. The original Peter Pan, he had like dark brown hair. There are some versions where he has like blondish hair. Others is like this reddish one. So he got some highlights in his hair. The other plushie that I was able to do was for the Mother Goose book. The only thing that I need to add to this is the bonnet, like the typical Mother Goose bonnet. And I am planning on making it in this sort of bluish green color. It's called Time. And it would be done. And the other one that I haven't exactly finished, I just need to assemble him, is the Baby Apollo pattern by Oddball Crochet. And it is for the I Want to Be an Astronaut book. On the docket is a couple of animal patterns that I've been meaning to work up on. So now that I've been able to like work through my little tote box, I think I'm gonna focus tonight or like the next couple of days on working on patterns that I need to make multiples of. So I signed up for 2 Bambi books and for 2 bear books. So the book is like 2 different books about bears. I'm going to work on them, except that I need to check because I think one of the bear books has pandas and I don't have black blanket yarn. I would say I would make a brown panda. I can make a multicolor panda. Like use one of these tie-dye. Yeah, it's just that this is the part that has me a little bit not frazzled or anything. It's just that my brain kind of like sticks to the cover, and the plushie in my brain, my plushie needs to be exactly like what you see on the cover, and that's not the case. It could be something different, something that is inspired or something that's in the actual book, even if it's not the main character. I'm still going to make a bear, but maybe it's not going to look like if it's going to be a panda, but not a black and white panda. So we'll see. We'll see. But I do want to work on those. The patterns that I think I'm going to use for the fawn are from, I'm not sure if I'm using the Loops to Loveys or if I'm going to use the BK Crochet ones. But Loops to Loveys or BK Crochet, because their loveys are kind of small, and the organizer of this whole book plushie drive is going to grab 12 by 12 tote bags to make sure that the books fit with the plushie inside of them. The plushies can't be too big, and I know for a fact like the Mama Made minis are bigger. I also don't have loads and loads of time, and the Mother Made minis, the Mama Made minis one, they took, since they're bigger, they take a bit longer. But anyways, I am not gonna like bore you with the details. I am going to go shopping in my stash, hopefully grab yarn to work on the 2 Bambi books and the 2 bear books, and then I will check back in. I don't know what update this would be. I do know that the last time I filmed and like right now, the difference in time, oh my goodness, that did not make any sense. I think it's been like 5 days since I've actually sat down to film. I did crochet a little bit, but not a whole lot. But progress is progress, no matter how big or no matter how small. So in one of the updates, I mentioned that I was going to donate this big Triceratops, but I'm not. Not because these kids are not worth it. I would donate everything. However, in terms of space in the box that I'm going to be sending out, it's not going to fit. So instead of that, why do I want to say dragon? Instead of the Triceratops, I'm going to be sending out the Ankylosaurus. This is the baby version, and it fits in the box because it's not that it's not going to fit. It's just that it needs to fit with all the other plushies that I'm sending out. The other thing that I was able to finally finish, these were mostly done in one of the updates. I just needed to make the bandana and add this embroidered nose. And I have twins. I have twins because I did sign up for 2 Bambi books. So these are Dottie Deer. The pattern is by Loops to Lovies, and they are really quick to make. It's just that I haven't had a lot of time to actually sit down and crochet, but you can definitely knock these out in one sitting. And then since I need to make a bear plushie for corduroy, I did get the Baby Todd pattern from Oddball Crochet, and I'm making color changes to make it look like corduroy. And I'm excited to finish him. Like, he is nearly done. Maybe like after this update, maybe I'll sit on the couch and crochet for a bit and hopefully finish it off. Right now, I still have to make about 6 more plushies before I can be done with all the plushies and send out the package, which is good. Because at the time that I'm filming this, I still have about 3 weeks to send out the package. Hopefully, if I do finish these plushies in the next 7 to 10 days, I can send it out and be okay and be amazed and be, well, not be amazed, but feel fulfilled. Feel fulfilled that I am making a difference in these kids' life. So that is the update that I have for now for Cuddles for Courage. I may be crazy. Well, I may not. I am crazy. Yours truly signed up for a total of 25 plushies. Now, most of them have already been made, as I've mentioned in the other updates to this vlog. But I signed up for 2 more. And I am going to be making a bunny and a duck. Those are the last 2 plushies that I need to finish. However, over like the last time I updated you all and now, I've been able to make 5 more plushies to donate. I did make the hippo for the hippopotamus book. I made a penguin for Mr. Popper's penguins. In case I haven't mentioned this before, all of the patterns that I show off here will be linked down below. This is for the Go Wild Elephants book. This is the If I Were a Unicorn book. This is going for that book. And this one is for the Go Wild Lions book. Just, I mean, like, look at these cuties. I love them so much. You have no idea how fulfilling this feels, how amazing making these feels. Like, I'm making a difference in these kids' lives. I'm making, like, I'm helping to make a really, really bad situation not be such a bad situation by letting them know that, hey, someone is thinking about you, someone is caring for you. But just like, yeah. Now let's talk a little bit about the patterns. This pattern is from BK Crochet. It's her lion pattern. This one is also BK Crochet, her, I think it's May elephant, if I'm not mistaken. Both of these are the smaller versions, the itty bitties, because she does have two variations. One is like the bigger ones. I went for like the smaller ones. The unicorn is by Moonsprouts Crochet. The penguin is by Jenny Loopy Doo. And this one is the small version of the hippo, because she has a bigger one, of Loops to Lovies. I love that these cuties worked up in about, but I would roughly say like under 2 hours to make these cuties. I don't know. It just makes me smile so much for sure. Now my next update, hopefully will be like the recap of packing up all the plushies and showing you the two last plushies that I still have to make. I did ask in our group if we're going to like continue making plushies with books. You know, one of those things that I'm just like asking for a friend for like future reference, because I love this. And you know, I've been blessed recently with having, you know, the means to be able to donate more. I'm very, very close to being monetized, and I do hope that once that clears, I hope to use a portion of that so that I can continue to, you know, make plushies and gift them. But that is it for now. I will talk to you in the next update. Bye. We finished. Ooh, 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 ooh. I am so excited. I have finally finished my last 2 plushies for the Cuddles of Courage. Now, this last sort of update for the video, what I'm going to do is I'll show you the plushies, and then it'll kind of be a little bit of a time lapse of me packing up all the plushies into the box so that I can send this package out tomorrow. I am at a loss for words with how excited I feel for this, for being able to be a part of this. I even asked in the group, the Cuddles for Courage group, if we're gonna do this again, and Chronically Created mentioned that yes, we are going to have another plushie drive more towards November, which is perfect because it gives me more time to make more cuties. So maybe, we never know, maybe I'll be able to donate even more. You'll see in the time lapse, I am going to donate 25 plushies. Now, mind you, I did not make all of those 25 plushies right now. Some of them have been in my inventory for a while, and I figured, you know, they could stay in my inventory and sit there, or I can pull them out and make someone stay with them. But you'll see, don't worry, all of the patterns or all of the plushies that I show you, if I have the pattern for it, I'll link it down below if you're interested in that. I'll also include in the description box if you want to join this sort of, I don't want to say movement, but this sort of group to donate. So let me show you the patterns that I finished. This is Daniel Duck. The pattern is by Oddball Crochet, and it's for the Darby Duck book that I signed up for. So I got him. And I also made, because I signed up for a bunny book, and I made a bunny. I kid you not, I'm kind of obsessed with how this yarn looks. I don't know. So these two will be added into the box to round up, because I don't know. I don't know why I felt the need to add 2 more to make it 25 plushies. 25 plushies and plus, because I did add into like the tote bag some little like smaller squishy plushies, which could also be part of the Jars of Joy, which is also part of Cuddles for Courage. It's just that they're not attached to like a specific book. Now you'll see in the time lapse, I'll package them all up, and then before I close the box, I have to remember that I need to write down the book that this plushie belongs to, just so that when Chronically Created opens up the box, she knows which plushie belongs to which book. If that makes any sort of sense. But I love this. I love this so, 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 so much. Now I'm gonna put you into a time lapse and let's see all these cuties. That is the end of today's video. This is probably a longer video because it spanned almost an entire month, even though it doesn't feel like it. But I'm so grateful that I was able to make these plushies right now. Like, I believe 9 of them were made now, and the rest were already in my inventory. And just the fact that I get to bless 25 people is like amazing for me. So, so amazing. But that is all for today. I hope you have a very crafty day, and I'll see you next time in another video or a crochet vlog, or I don't know. Stick around and I'll see you then. Bye.